Hello and welcome to the Hellbinders. My name is Troy and today I am playing Hollow Knight, as you can plainly see. Hollow Knight isn't really the main focus of this though. I'll just be rushing the tutorial a bit as I go through. I have no idea if you can even hear the game, which is another reason that it doesn't really matter too much. I will lower the master volume, however, just in case. That's better. That was a bit loud for me, to be honest. So, the main focus of this video is, as I said, not the game itself, which I somehow have a save on the computer that I've not turned on in ages. Go away. But, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's not the main focus of this. The main focus is the fact that I will be talking about the upload schedule of sorts in this video, as well as anything else I feel the need to talk about. But I will cite this. In wilds beyond they speak your name with reverence and regret, for none could tame our savage souls, yet you the challenge met. Under palest watch you taught, we changed, based instincts were redeemed. A world you gave to bug and beast, as they had never dreamed. From Elegy for Hallownest, by Monomon the Teacher. I know that word for word at this point. I'll let the cutscenes play through as well. I'm going to talk while I'm actually playing. Boing. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so, firstly, I need to get the hang of my controls. I'm used to playing on a controller with Hollow Knight. Okay, yeah, that's easy enough. So, firstly, as I said, I'm going to explain the upload schedule of sorts that I've got. Thursdays, as you can see, will be Hollow Knight. I'm actually recording this on a Friday, so it's like a full week before this comes out. And that's just so that I actually have time to do things other than recording. So yeah, Thursdays will be devoted to Hollow Knight. My Hollow Knight videos, while I do love the lore of Hollow Knight, it's one of my favourite in-game lores. I'll be mostly devoting this to just me talking, explaining a situation, things like that. I have no idea what I'll talk about in next one at least, but yeah. The Fridays after will always be, let me just glance back at my table over there. Okay, so the Fridays from here on out will be Fallout 4. The Hollow Knight videos will be without editing. The Fallout 4 videos will be edited to some extent, maybe by me. The Saturday after will always be Sevtech, edited by my good friend Alex, or Phoenix Burner, written EO rather than how Phoenix is supposed to be written. I've linked his channel in so many videos now. By so many, I mean like one. But I will be linking it in more. I'll put the link in this one, even though he won't be editing this. So anyway, check his channel out, then help him and whatnot. So yeah, Saturdays, Sevtech Ages, Minecraft mod pack. There we go. And then the Sundays after that, I plan on playing The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. I made a brief passing joke about Skyrim in my Fallout video, I believe, my first Fallout video, but I've not actually played it on this channel yet, which is surprising. It's one of my favourite games. The Elder Scrolls is quite possibly my favourite game series. So yeah, once I'm done with the Skyrim on Sundays, I will then go on to, obviously, Monday. Shocking, I know. I go on to the Monday video after the Sunday one, in which I'll continue RL Craft, edited by Alex again. So yeah, he'll be editing both of my Minecraft series. And then the Tuesday will be down to Shadow Fight 3, and once I've gotten to a certain point in Shadow Fight 3, also Shadow Fight Arena. Those ones will be the biggest pain for me to record and whatnot, due to the whole thing of them being mobile games, but I'll manage. They may be another one that I don't get any editing on. The first Shadow Fight Arena episode will have editing, simply because I've already given that to Alex before we decided on this whole schedule. So yeah. Yeah, I know. I say and then immediately press the wrong button. So yeah. So overall, RL Craft, Shadow Fight 3 and Arena. Wednesday will be a rest and catch up sort of day, so anything I've missed on my channel, if there's a day that I've not done anything, or if I'm a bit behind, Wednesday to catch up and get back on schedule, or just to kind of rest if I'm already on schedule. Ow. And then Thursday, Hollow Knight. Fridays, Fallout 4. Saturday, Sevtech, and Sunday, Skyrim, as I explained about 5 seconds ago. Sorry, normally I'm recording at like 1 to 2 a.m. I'm surprised that I'm somehow tired recording at 10. It's ridiculous. My sleep pattern is broken as all hell. I need to get it fixed by the time this quarantine's over, so that I can actually get a functioning life and pretend to be a human being. What else should I talk about? Let's see. Oh yeah, with the whole thing of Alex's editing, although apparently he's going to be making more noticeable edits in the videos once he's down to just the Minecraft series editing. Die already. There we go. Once he's down to just the Minecraft series editing, he will be making more noticeable edits. But until then, the edits have been rather unnoticeable. They've been simple audio adjustments when needed, and the fade from black at the start. Fade in from black, sorry. This is the most, like, hoarder-ish I've ever played Hollow Knight. Normally I ignore geodeposits. Ow. So, now to talk a bit about each game series. So, RL Craft, I'm thoroughly enjoying. I love the RPG style thrown into Minecraft, the whole skill leveling system, everything about RL Craft, everything that makes it RL Craft, I absolutely love. Maybe there are a couple features. I think if there are any features I don't like, I would have already mentioned them in my RL Craft videos. So there's no need for me to say that here, and I can't think of any off the top of my mind anyway. So yeah, RL Craft, fun series for me to do. Overall, barely even a chore. Barely. I'm not saying it's not a chore. After RL Craft, it is Tuesday, which I've already forgotten what that is. Oh god, that one went bad. I'm trying to get every grub in the crossroads. There we go. No, I messed it up. Fuck. The goal of this, by the way, normally you'd have to wait until you get a certain power up or something. What I'm trying to do is lure this thing over there so that you can get this early. A lot of players do it. It's fairly easy, or they make it look fairly easy. There we go. I think I've got it this time. Yeah. Okay. So, and then Tuesdays, Shadow Fight 3 and Arena. Shadow Fight 3 is a game that I've loved and wanted to record for a while, but with my laptop it simply can't run having the phone to screen thing going on, as well as OBS, as well as whatever else I need for the sake of the recording. Which is more than you'd expect, considering all it is phone to screen, OBS. I need to sort a lot more for that video at least. Despite being a sort of side-on, I don't even know what that genre of game is. It's like a side-on fighter game. I'm not good with my genres. Ah, fuck it. I'm just gonna go down. Despite being a game like that, Shadow Fight 3 has a surprisingly complex story, even if at times it does feel like they made it up as they went along. There have been little features that seem to have been forgotten over time, things that have kind of been not exactly retconned, but they just kind of go, yeah, we want you to ignore that a bit. So yeah, as well as that, they've started messing with timelines in the story now at this point, which always gets messy, no matter who you are. Marvel tried it, as far as I care. Endgame was a miserable failure. Horrible capping off to a great film series. So on and so forth. So yeah, Shadow Fight 3, the story's going a bit haywire at the moment, but it has a good solid story to some extent, and Arena seems to be a alternate timeline for that story, which I'm all for. I love what if timelines. And I know I just said, like, timelines get messy, but I mean, like, traveling through timelines gets messy. I love what-if stories. Which is why, going back to Marvel, I can't wait for Marvel's what-if story. Then after I'm done with Shadow Fight 3 and Shadow Fight Arena, the Wednesday, as I said, is a rest catch-up sort of day. By that I mean, so say if there was a video that I missed and now I'm behind multiple days because of it. Say I miss Monday's RL Craft video, so I have to do RL Craft on Monday. Sorry, RL Craft on Tuesday, which would mean that I can't get the Shadow Fight video done. But then we've got Wednesday where I've got nothing scheduled, so I can get the Shadow Fight video done just fine. Or it works right around to, say, if I miss a video on Thursday, everything will be delayed until the Wednesday. If I miss 2, it'll take 2 weeks, obviously, or extra work on that Wednesday. But my point still stands. The Thursday is Hollow Knight, as you can, as I've said this several times now. It's Hollow Knight, as you can see. As I said before, I really quite love Hollow Knight. The story for it is, like, surprisingly complex, if a bit better hidden than it'd be in most games. It doesn't throw the story at you on a silver platter, have it written down in clear as day English. So a lot of people think it doesn't have much of a story. The story is more advanced than that of most games. And I'm not, like, exaggerating or anything there. It's... if it... other than games that have story to a point of being convoluted, Hollow Knight does have, like, the most... let me try explaining this again. It has one of the most complex in-game stories I've ever seen that isn't convoluted by presumptions and, like, character opinions and things like that. And just as an example of one that is, another game series I've mentioned that I'm going to talk about more in this shortly, the Elder Scrolls game series, the series that Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind all come from. Elder Scrolls, it's a fairly... obviously it's a series that's been going for a few decades now. With the first game coming out in, was it the 1990s? I'm not sure. I just know that it's a good few years older than I am, and I'm 20, so yeah. The Elder Scrolls series, it's over those years had many changes to the direction the story is going in, and Bethesda aren't the most solid for, like, followable story anyway. Die. I need to kill a mother. Oh, I just ran right into that. I think that's the first time I've ever died to Grosmother. Go me. Let's gather up some soul before I go back. Oh, my fingers are on the wrong buttons. That's probably why I died. I was pressing X and C. Anyway. So, yeah. The Elder Scrolls series has an extremely convoluted lore at this point, where not everything is proven fact. There have been things that characters in-game have told us, but characters in-game have also contradicted that. And Bethesda themselves never really go out of their way to explain, oh, well, this one is the one that's right. We just have to kind of figure it out for ourselves. A prime example of that is in Skyrim. There is a quest in My Time of Need, I believe it's called, in which a Redguard woman named Sadia is being hunted down by mercenaries. She claims that the mercenaries are working for the sort of big bad of the game, that being the Thalmor, and the mercenaries claim that she is on the side of the Thalmor and that they want to bring her down. There is evidence to support both sides. Most people believe her. I personally believe them, simply because it's a bit more... They have more plausible evidence, in my own opinion. But that's not my point, though. My point is that opinions greatly change the lore of the series, which makes it harder to discern what is and is not true. Ow. Yay, I killed a random mother. For money. So yeah. Hollow Knight, meanwhile, it has a set-in-stone story that is followable once you know it. It's just a bit hard to dig up. The plot of the game, you don't really know what's going on unless you actually focus a bit. You could play the game start to end and not figure out the story, which I absolutely love. It means that if someone's just playing like this, they can run through it without the game being any different. Because even if you're following the story flawlessly, you're lost. You're enjoying the world itself, the joy of getting lost. That's another thing about Hollow Knight. There is a joy to getting lost a bit. At this point, I don't really get lost as much as I used to, if at all. Maybe I get lost in the White Palace occasionally, but even then, not often. I've cleared the Path of Pain before, which, if you don't know what these places are, I highly recommend watching a full playthrough of Hollow Knight. Preferably a playthrough that someone has done blind. Something like, there's a YouTuber, he has Quinn in his username. I watch his Hollow Knight streams occasionally. I don't think they're streams, I think it's just videos. I know that I watch it's just videos, I don't know. I'm not smart, or the fact that I'm referring to him as something with Quinn in the username is proof of that. A good one for the technical side of Hollow Knight, a good YouTuber for the technical side is the Rusty, the Superforge, that YouTube channel. It used to be a mostly Overwatch gameplay channel, I believe, but since Hollow Knight came out, the channel's been quite devoted to Hollow Knight as a whole, and if you watch some of the videos, you can see why. Somewhat recently, the channel uploaded a video that was titled something along the lines of A Love Letter to Hollow Knight, and it essentially is exactly that. It's talking about everything that the creator of the channel, Rusty, he goes by, loves about Hollow Knight. Fuck. And then another good channel, this one for the lore of Hollow Knight, would be Mossbag, who anyone in the Hollow Knight community has heard of, basically. Mossbag is regarded as the go-to person for Hollow Knight lore. So yeah, my point is, the Hollow Knight's community is a great one. Ow. Fuck. I'm really bad at dealing with these. Who am I kidding? I'm amazing at dealing with these. You stand here, done, done. Stand here, done, done. Stand here, done, done. They're easy. The community for Hollow Knight is a great one. I recommend watching if you want to know the story of Hollow Knight, if you want to see what it's like going into it. I'd recommend either playing it for yourself for starts, or watching a blind playthrough. Of course, my playthrough is far from blind. I know exactly what's coming at all times. There isn't a Hollow Knight factoid that I have not seen at this point. I've watched every last detail about Hollow Knight, every charm location, every achievement. I know it all. I've not done it all, but I know it all. Even though I know everything about it, the mystery aspect of Hollow Knight is gone for me. It still manages to be such an amazing game that holds my interest so damn well. And as you may have noticed, enemies like this, although occasionally I do get hit, I've basically mastered the whole thing of, I say mastered, that's very arrogant, but I have gotten pretty good at dodging in and out of their attacks, landing hits myself. When I started playing Hollow Knight, I couldn't even like kill one of those. I could barely scratch them. Those big guys took me out before I could even get near them. And the boss fight, which I'm running into now, I basically never landed a hit. And now I'm gonna try and do this hitless, just to laugh at past me. I've done it hitless before. Now that I'm bragging, I'm probably not going to manage it. I'm not even going to get past the fucking 3 little morons here hitless. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Okay, so I'm going to come back, get my shade, and then do it hitless. My point is, you get much better at Hollow Knight the more you play it. Obviously, same goes for any game. But, yeah, I've seen a lot of people play Hollow Knight and claim that it's impossible to get the hang of, that it's a game that's just outright and not user-friendly, and that's... I don't think that's the case, like, at all. Hollow Knight is user-friendly, it's just got a bit of a learning curve. Saying it's not user-friendly is like saying that... I don't know what it's like saying. But most of the people who say that, to quote, I believe, well, to roughly quote the Love Letter to Hollow Knight video that I mentioned before, the people who say that Hollow Knight is bad, too hard, so on and so forth, they tend to be the people who've gotten about 10 minutes into the game and only explored the first of God knows how many areas. Also, I'm gonna go sit on this bench in case I die miserably again. The people who... Everyone who's played Hollow Knight properly that I know of has genuinely loved it, at least to some extent. Even some of the people who have struggled at it. And those who don't outright adore the game at least understand why other people do. I don't know anyone who's got a outright bad word to say about Hollow Knight. And I personally don't know anyone who agrees with the whole it's too hard logic. I have a friend who can't even, like, get past normal enemies in Hollow Knight. Going through that tutorial bit that I sped through, they almost died twice. And even he says that, yeah, it isn't too hard. It's not really his type of game, but it's fun. It isn't too difficult. He just needs to get the hang of it more. What was I talking about other than just Hollow Knight as a whole? I could talk for hours about Hollow Knight and just get completely lost in what I'm saying. I don't remember my original point, so I'm going to go on to the next game before I go on an absolute rant. Next thing was Fallout 4. Fallout's actually what I'm least experienced in out of all of the games on my channel. Well, I'm less experienced in the Minecraft mod packs, but I'm more experienced in Minecraft as a whole, so that kind of solves that. With Fallout, I get... It's like I'm playing Skyrim for the first time again, sort of, which sounds a bit odd to say, really. Also, I've failed my hitless run already. Come on, drop one on me. Ah. Oh shit, I forgot that's what he was doing. Really? Am I really gonna die again? No, I'm not. Go me, I win. So yeah, Fallout I'm least experienced in. It's like playing Skyrim all over again. Simply because it's the open world exploration. You never know what you're gonna find. There's so much to find. Obviously it has a very different feel to Skyrim. And if you ask me, Bethesda are much better at games like Skyrim than they are at Fallout. But yeah, Fallout is still proving very fun, and as all Fallout players have at some point, I accidentally may have just a little spent several hours making like buildings in the settlement thing before actually continuing with the main quest. So yeah, I'm proving an avid Fallout player. I do play it a lot in my free time. When it comes to gaming, I have a bad habit of being a bit of a role player. I don't just create a avatar to play as. I create a character of sorts with a different sort of set personality. It's just an odd way that I play a lot of games. Any game with multiple saves and a character creation, really, and some level of story and things. So yeah, bad habit of role playing in almost any game. There it is. Fallout is, and Fallout is no exception to the whole role-playing thing. On my laptop, I have about 6 Fallout saves, each one a different character, and between the lot of them, they make up some expansive, self-driven plot that I've written for myself. You can tell I have a lot of free time, let's put it that way. Ow. I hate this singular section in Hollow Knight. Anyway, but yeah. Fallout, I enjoy it. I don't really have much to say about it. I've not completed the main quest even once. in all of my saves. I've not even gotten to the point where I join any of the factions even once. Well, the point where you like pick out of a specific faction to join. Because if I'm right, there's a different ending depending on each faction. Die, you cunt. Hello. Oh, come on. No. Good. No, what? I was pressing A. Fuck's sakes. I'll just rush back to there. I don't enjoy the Ancestral Mound part of Hollow Knight. It's just this one section that I really don't enjoy. I wish I could just get the vengeful, like, beat up the Snail Shaman or something. I don't like this little mini dungeon that encompasses part of the game that you have to go through to progress. There are other versions of this that I do quite enjoy, but this specific one, yeah, it just doesn't click for me. As I said, though, I don't really have much to say about Fallout yet, so I shall progress on to the next, I guess. And the next would be Sevtech Ages. I can't quite remember what the first I saw of Sevtech Ages was. It was, well, ages ago now. It is a pack I quite enjoy. I like the progression of it. The fact that you have to kind of the fact that you have to unlock certain things to unlock others. It's the same reason I like a lot of packs with the Hardcore Quest book mod. It's a very me pack with a set goal, so on and so forth. Again, there isn't really too much bar that to say. I know that I don't like in Sevtech the fact that, well, you need a specific biome to progress, like, at all. After a little while, you start getting, well, it gets to a point where you need I think it was an Abyssal Craft biome to progress, and can I just say, Abyssal Craft is one of my least favourite mods. It just isn't really as good as a lot of mod packs make it sound. It isn't as good as Abyssal Craft itself makes itself sound. There we go. No, I want the other thing. Other thing. Other thing. Other thing. Nope. Yeah, that one. And that's how easily that fight is supposed to go. So yeah, I don't like the biome-based progression in Sevtech, because obviously in Minecraft it could be random. You might not find that biome for ages upon ages. Pun not intended. You might not find the singular biome that you need for fuck knows how long, and it gets a bit of a pain just trying to look for it for hours upon hours. On my Sevtech playthrough, I've just randomly run in a couple directions and found nothing. And I know that Sevtech does give you the Nature's Compass, I believe it's called, as a way of progressing a bit to help you find that biome. But it just... Let's say you get a really bad spawn. The biome could be thousands upon thousands of blocks away. And early game, which it is early game, you have to go find that biome. A biome that you can't really survive too well in early game, by the way. Early game, you're not even like prepped to go visit that biome. If it's that far away, you're going to be dead before you get there. It's just, I think it's a bit of a lack of foresight on the pack creators' behalf. But I still thoroughly enjoy Sevtech, or else I wouldn't have started a playthrough of it. That's about all I have to say about Sevtech. I think next would be Skyrim. Yeah. Skyrim is unsurprisingly what got me into the Elder Scrolls series, which now is probably my favourite game series to date. It isn't the first Elder Scrolls game I played, but Oblivion I played years ago now, when I was 10, I think. Skyrim came out when I was 11, and I think I played Oblivion when I was 10. I played Skyrim when I was 12, and I also played Oblivion a bit around that time. Both of which I enjoyed. Oblivion I actually enjoyed more back then. But neither of them really left enough of an impression on me that I carried on playing them. I just forgot about both, and for years I didn't play them. I think it was 2017 when I picked up Skyrim again, and when I did, I was unable to put it down for a ridiculous amount of time. I enjoyed it quite thoroughly, and I just kept playing it until I kind of wore myself out of it a bit. Like right now, when I play Skyrim, I tend to have to play it with mods, or else there isn't enough new things. I don't think there's a Skyrim quest you can tell me about that I haven't heard about. It's like, with what I was saying before about Fallout being like playing Skyrim all over again. That's what I mean. With Skyrim, the original appeal of it was there was so much things I didn't know. Even if I knew the full story, there was so much to do that just didn't relate to the story at all. It was just such a big world, and although it is a bit barren, it still felt quite alive. After a little while, I started playing Oblivion again after that, and I got back into the Elder Scrolls series as a whole with that. And I just absolutely adore the games. I adore the games with Oblivion and Skyrim being my favorites. The ones that I will actually play casually just for fun. The others I played just more so to say I played them. It's not like they aren't dated. A lot of people make it seem like Oblivion and Morrowind are timeless classics. But they have aged. They aren't perfect. Skyrim still fits in today's standards of games. And I'm curious to see what they'll do with Elder Scrolls 6 when that eventually doesn't come out. Sorry, when it eventually does come out, because it will come out. They're not like putting it off or anything. Why would Bethesda Games ever do that? Oh, for God's sake, I jumped. Well, I pressed jump. Don't lie. I was there. So yeah, Skyrim is what got me into the Elder Scrolls series again. It kind of holds a special place in my heart for that, and I know it's really fucking cringy to say that about a video game, but it's kind of true. Video games, I think a lot of people don't realize, but video games are like, they're just another form of media. It's like, people act like it's fine to like be emotionally attached to a book or a movie, but then if you say that about a video game, it's like, oh god, what's wrong with your actual life then? And it's just like, okay, but what's wrong with the actual lives of the people who can devote themselves to a specific film series? At least a video game is something that you control, something that you personally have a part in. You're not just watching someone else's story. My point is, though, I am somewhat attached to Skyrim, and it's, if you asked me my top 10 favourite games, I don't know if it'd still be in that list today, but it definitely would have been last year, it definitely would have been the year before, and hey, last year at several points it may have even been at that top. Oh, for fuck's sakes, I always die to the stupidest of things. Here was the last place I rested? No. Well, shit. Yeah, I like making Elderbug happy. He's a good bug. Well, I fucked that up, and I'm done talking about the games. So, yeah, I think that's enough to call it here for today. Thank you for watching, and if you did watch the video thoroughly, thanks for listening to me ranting about random games. So, yeah. Goodbye for now, and sorry if you couldn't hear Hollow Knight's genuinely amazing soundtrack. Well, this video won't be uploaded till Thursday. God. It's Friday now. Next video you'll see is my next Fallout 4 video. I've not uploaded that yet. I don't think I'll actually be able to get that out by the Friday, considering it's almost midnight. Huh. Well, shit. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for listening to me rant, and goodbye.